We're just going to use a little bit of this Valor real quick. Isn't it normal for people to go live in a group and then your family gets super loud? Is that not normal for everyone? Hi guys, I am Melissa Patton. I am in Central Florida and I am a leader here, and I wanted to talk to you guys about something that's going to kind of be like a two-part. The title is Filling All the Seats at In-Person Events. And I would love to tell you that I'm going to tell you some magical formula and you're going to have a ton of people busting through your doors and things like that, but it's not quite going to be like that. It's going to be a little bit of a two-parter. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the type of events that I do. And I normally do events that we probably have on average 10 people probably at my events, my in-person, like in my home. If I have them at like a community type area, things like that, then there's probably, I would say 15 to 20 is where I hit when I'm at other locations. There's not but so many parking spots in my neighborhood. But I'm going to tell you kind of how I work up to an event. Number one, I love doing a theme. So this past Thursday night, we did ladies' night in. We wore pajamas. I told them I'm feeding them dinner. I gave them a product, like we made some things. We were supposed to do face masks, but we talked and ended up not even starting the face mask, which is fine because it just bumped us to having another event. They're already excited about it. We had very basic things. I make like this dill dip every single time people come over. Normally don't do dinner. That was specific for that ladies' night in. Some of the other events I've done, and I think I did a class in here about this, is, what's that show? What was that show? That movie that I did with the blue, with the turquoise blue? Breakfast at Tiffany's. I had breakfast at Tiffany's and we did that whole theme, and I had the office theme and we did that theme. Think birthday parties, guys. Like, people are tired of sitting through something just to be educated. You know, bring your notebook and your pen. That used to work for us, and it may work for some of you. I'm not saying that it didn't, but for me, I've had to change it. I've had to bring joy into it, bring happiness, bring laughter. At the office class that I did, I had a friend of mine. I did not know this was going to happen. She showed up as Dwight Schrute. If you know The Office, that was absolutely hilarious, and I did not know that she was going to do that. Be prepared to plot twist, because a lot of the women that came hadn't even seen The Office before. They just wanted to come because of what I'm about to tell you and how I work up to getting people at my house. They just want to be here. They just want to be in my home, around other women. They know that I always am very intentional about the people that I invite. Yes, I blanket invite my customers. I have, I don't know, probably 200 of my families are local to me, which I'm very blessed for that. But when I am doing an event, I like to make sure that these people that are here, there's a purpose. There was intention put into that. And what happens is it creates a crowd that kind of feeds into each other. I know that this person's a small business owner, this person's a small business owner, this person has little kids, this person has little kids. All of these women have adult children. All of these women work outside of the house. All of these people that came to this event are super into DIYs. I'm very, very meticulous about who I invite, and then not just invite, but actually pursue. That is a big part that I feel we drop the ball in general. Like, even with things that I'm invited to, I get a Facebook notification. Can I get a hands up for who has not been getting their notifications properly? I don't see your notification that you invited me. I don't see that you posted in your group. I didn't see that you even commented on my post. If we're dependent on, I just sent you a notification and you should have seen it and you should have said yes and you should have put it on your calendar and you should have showed up if it's a priority to you, guys, we are setting ourselves up for failure to begin with, because likelihood, these people have lives just like we do, but they have lives, and it doesn't revolve around natural health and gathering and essential oils and education like it does for us. So it's easy for us. We want that. I hope you do. I hope you attend your uplines classes and you learn from other people as well. But the average person that we're inviting to these events, this isn't a priority. It is your job, literally your job, to say, hey friend, I really want you here. You're going to find value in this. You're going to love this. You're going to have a blast. We're going to make this craft that is fitting to you. And when those people feel like, oh wow, I'm not just a number, I'm not just a box that she clicked as she went down the list. In fact, she wants me there. Like, she wants me there for this reason, because I told her. I send reminders. This is a big thing that gets people excited every single event that I do. And if you are my Facebook friend, you're going to see them all the time. And sorry, you can't come. But you will see the trend. You will see, I will post like this last one. I posted a teaser of like our little containers that look like this. And it had like these little, spray bottle with a little label and this little tin. And I said, getting my stuff ready for my upcoming event. And people were like, oh, can I come to this? Is this something that's open to the public? They send me messages. Melissa, please put me on your list to invite me to future things. I could use a girls' night out. I then posted like the food that I was making. I made garlic confit and I put that in a video and I said, prepping the food for the ladies for tomorrow night or tonight. I can't wait to see everybody. When you do that, you're creating that desire for people to be there. I hate to use the term FOMO because I don't like the fear part of that, but you create them wanting to be there. And sometimes I will do that and I will say, I am so sorry, Melissa, that you were not invited to this one. This one is specific for small business owners, or this one is specific for moms with littles. However, I'm going to put your name on a list and I promise you I will include you in the next one. It creates that desire to be a part, a desire to come and to contribute and do things with you. And then sure enough, I create a list. I put it on my computer. I put it in my planner, whatever you use. And then when a next event comes up, I include them, because it doesn't make any sense for you to do a back to school class and you're focusing on back to school education and wellness and keeping them healthy and focus and sleep, and you're inviting people that don't have children that are in school. It's going to just leave you frustrated. Your expectations of filling these seats is not going to be met because you threw your net too large. You need to bring that net in and actually pay attention to who you are inviting, because I would much rather throw my net to a small specific group and have them all show up. I love to have a mixture of customers and people that are not yet customers, because what happens then is you have storytelling. They go, oh my gosh, okay, I love that idea, but what I like to sleep to is Cedarwood and Sacred Mountain. And they're like, Sacred Mountain for sleep? Yes. Well, next thing you know, you see them going, oh, I'm going to get some of that. I'm going to try that out. And they're writing it down. You normalize it. You don't have to be like the ladies' night in. Yes, we made a linen spray and we made bath salts, which were great, but it wasn't advertised as like, come for Young Living education. But if you are going to be around me, I'm going to be using my products. I did have thyme oil and rosemary oil in the garlic. I did have the cucumber dill dip with dill oil in it. I have the soap you're using is Young Living. The diffusers are going. Always have the oil that you're diffusing sitting by your diffuser. So that way, one, you don't have to remember. And if someone says, you remember the night we went to your house for a ladies' night in? I cannot stop thinking about the smell of your house. And it wasn't the garlic. It was whatever you were diffusing, you were putting in the air. What was it that you were using? And I tell them, did you take a picture? I always take a picture so I can remember. And sometimes if they're in person, I will say, can you do me a favor? Go take a picture of that so you can keep it on your phone so we can talk about it later. Because I want my expectation of my event to be that. If my expectation of my event is to connect with people, then that's what it needs to be. It doesn't need to be full of asks, basically like offer to make a sale. If someone naturally brings it up, that's great. This event that I had last week, it was ladies from all over the town, all over in members, non-members. And as one lady was leaving, she left and she said, hey, can I schedule an appointment with you? Because I was listening to some of the things that you were doing and I loved like this whole idea that you just did. And I have a storefront here and I would like to actually sign up with you as a customer, but I also want to meet with you to talk about like how to put the product in my store to sell from the store. I did not make an ask. It was just organically, this is what's happening, and we're going to talk about it because it's who I am and it's my lifestyle. So make sure that you are using, I actually wrote on the top here, use your dang oils around people, because often it's just natural instinct for you to be at a park, your child to fall down, bump their leg, you put lavender on, kid runs away, mom goes, oh my gosh, what are you doing? I would love for my kid to not have a meltdown and pop up and run away. And you say, oh, it's a lavender oil I use. I don't know if you're interested in that, but I'd love to share more about it with you. Actually, I have a event coming up in 2 weeks. It's all about our kids being back in school and just kind of us recharging. If you want to be a part of that, I'd love to invite you. And she now feels connected. She feels like you have an easy button because she asked for more information because you were simply using your product, and now she feels like she's part of something. You make sure that between that point of meeting her at the park and the 2 weeks, you're connecting with her. You are connecting with her to the point where she knows that you want her there because you want her there, not because you want her there for her money, for her sale. We truly need to make sure that our heart is in the right place because we want to help improve these people's lives and help these people's lives. So that is going to lead to kind of the second part of what I was going to talk to you about. A lot of people want to know how to fill the seats, Where do you, yeah, Melissa, that's great that you have these ideas and you have these things, but fill in excuse here. I don't have the money to go out. I don't have little kids to go to the park with. I don't drive. I don't have a lot of money to put into this business I just started. I don't want to people. I don't really want to be around a lot of people. Those are all things that you can work around and you can do if this business is for you, if you really want this. So I'm going to go over these really quickly so that way I don't keep you guys here forever because I can talk about this kind of stuff right here for hours. I mentioned park meetups. I mentioned doing, inviting people over. Some of the things you can do is start a walking group. That is, if you don't want them to know where you live, meet them somewhere. When you are walking, use your products, connect to those people, and then plan something that serves the group that you're walking. If you don't want them to come to your house, let me just make up something. A walking group. You use your Coolazole pain cream on the front of your shins before you went walking. Somebody says, what is that? You explain your story. You got to have testimonies. You got to have stories. You explain your story. They say, can I try some of that? Absolutely, you can try some of it. They apply it. This is amazing. You say, you know what I could do? I could bring like some of my favorite things that I use the next time we go walking and we can just talk about it real quick. Guys, that's an event. That's an event. That is a class. You have now opened an opportunity to specifically talk to those people about products before you go for a walk. That's super simple to do. Book clubs. You can do a book club in person. You can do a book club online. They don't have to be something that you invest a lot in. Grab a book you already have. Grab something that you want. If it's personal development, grab people that you know, maybe from your church, maybe your mom's group, maybe something, and do a personal development. If it's professional development, invite some small business owners in your area. Say, hey, I'm wanting to read this book. I would love to read it with more people. Would you want to jump on Zoom once every 2 weeks and let's go over this book together? You're connecting with those people. The next thing you know, that opens you up to, do you guys want to come over? We can have a book club in person. They all come into your house. You are using your products. You have a diffuser going. Next thing you know, you've got a house full of people and they're all asking about the products that they are experiencing when they're in your house. It's just a natural experience when you are connecting with people. Social gatherings. When you do those social gatherings, make sure that you have your expectations set in the correct place. Ladies' night, I used that event to connect to people. It wasn't a event, like I said earlier, where I had a bunch of asks. I educated you on the product and I said, would you like to purchase that product? So adjust your expectation. If you want to have an event where you are making a fall craft, just know that this is a connection event. Make it about the connection, not how am I going to sneak in some sales talk in here. It will genuinely come up. If you want to have a class that says, I am educating on the fall readiness products, then you have an expectation. They know when they show up, she's going to tell me about all of these products and I'm likely going to buy something. Like we all know that when we get invited to a party, we're expected to purchase something. That's normal. Search out hobby groups. A lot of people say look for your niche. I love looking for your niche, but also remember you have hobbies. Do you like the beach? Do you have a German Shepherd? Do you have a pug? Do you like cats? Do you like crocheting? Do you like book writing? Do you like collecting seashells? I don't know what it is, but I can promise you there's probably some groups already exist for it. When you get into these groups, you start connecting with people. Guys, if you are not connecting with people, I can't tell you the amount of posts that messages that I get with just this invite for a group. I haven't talked to you in 5 years, but you just dropped me an event to your, I'm not going to call out a company, but to the thing that you want me to purchase. If you're not connecting with me, then I'm going to not even acknowledge that you sent me that post. I used to engage with them and try to tell them, like, please don't invite me to stuff like that if we haven't talked since high school. Now I don't waste my time. I don't have time for that. So I just ignore that message. But if you are connecting with those people intentionally, you put their names down, you say, I want to connect with this person, this person, this person, this person. It's not awkward for them to get an invite to something that they're doing because you already know that that thing is serving them because you have gotten to know them, you have connected with them. A lot of that happens in those hobby groups. If you are talking, let's just make up something. You're in a crochet group. There's a whole thread about a bunch of people complaining about their arthritis in their hands when they are crocheting and how it either helps them or it hurts their hands. It would be very organic if you already have a relationship with these people about how you used to deal with that. Maybe you're still dealing with it, but at least you have an answer, something that brings you relief. It's very normal for you to then engage with those people and say, hey, I know we were talking last week about our hands. I just learned about some stuff that might help with our knuckles and our joints and things like that. I don't know if you're interested in it, but you are more than welcome to come. You already know that you can serve them. You already know you can help them, so they don't feel like you're baiting and switching them. They've already talked to you. You just invite them and they will come. That's another thing. Speak life over it. Don't say, I'm going to do this event, but I don't think anybody's coming. Nobody ever comes to my event. Nobody's going to show up. Well, guess what? That's exactly what's going to happen. So when I speak about my events, I tell you that I have to bring out every folding chair that I have. I have to alert my neighbors. We're going to be parking all over the place and we're going to fill the whole neighborhood with cars that are only going to be here 2-3 hours or 4. I speak life over it. And so far that has worked for me, other than the time where I booked a class right before school started and I homeschool my daughter, so I didn't even realize school was starting. Community groups. I run my community group. My husband and I do. Find your community group. Become the oil person in your area. This city, I cannot tell you how many people that are not my customers, but they will send people to me because they know of me. They go, I know nothing about essential oils or plant-based cleaners or that toxic-free, all that stuff that you're talking, but this lady does, and they'll tag me in the comments. Sometimes it's people I don't even know. I have no idea who you are, but you saw something that I shared, something that I spoke about. So because you have a person that has connected you, you automatically have that bit of trust. So this person in the middle trusted what they have seen of yours to send their friend, your direction. You've already got a connection. I have a text that came through this morning. Same situation. I am now going to reach out to her and I'm going to say to her, I have an upcoming event. Would you like to come? I would love to meet you in person. I would love if you have a Zyto link or Insights or a iTovi, something like that. I would love to scan you to help you on a more intimate level to figure out exactly what you need. Get them to you if at all possible. It is a completely different energy when you have a person in front of you versus when you're talking online. I'm not degrading this. I'm very thankful for us to be able to communicate. I mean, I'm looking at the people's faces up here right now, and I know you're all over the states when I'm speaking to you, and I'm grateful for that. But when you have people in your house, number one, we can say whatever we want to say. Whatever testimony you have, whatever I heard about this person, let me share this testimony with you. I don't have that testimony, but I know of someone. Those type of connections are powerful. So try your best to get them in your house. If that means a lunch and learn. Last night I had a call in our power hour in my coaching group that I have. And I told them, do a lunch and learn. If that's all you have, at lunchtime, plan for your girlfriends to be on a Zoom call together, grab coffee together. Your coworkers, let's all take lunch at this hour and let's learn about something. Let's make a linen spray. You guys know the season we're about to come upon. Let's make a immunity roller together. That is another type of event to get people in those seats, because I know that the title is filling all the seats at in-person events. That doesn't mean some very organized tables with chairs sitting here. That could be around your kitchen table. It can be in the parking lot. It can be in a park. It can be you bring your kids to dance and you all meet over in a little corner somewhere. Those are where we're filling the seats today, because that is where people are hungry to connect. Let's see. Networking. I do a lot of networking with other small businesses in my area. A lot of networking. So much so that in September, I'm going to be working specifically on like how I can serve all of these business owners. They're all small business owners. I'm drawn to them. I get them. We bounce ideas off of each other, whether it's social media or events or how to get connected in the community. I get it. I know they're tired. I know that they're worn down, and I love to be able to pour into them, and pouring into them pours into me. So it's a full circle thing. When you partner with your small businesses, make sure that you go to them after you have researched their small business and learned how you are going to serve them. So for instance, if you're going to go to a spa, let me be more specific. If you're going to go to a nail salon, make sure that you go there with the idea of letting her borrow a diffuser. Letting her, I always say when you go to let a business or a person, either one, borrow a diffuser, use dropper bottles like this. You know, I showed them this last night too. Okay, so get a loaner diffuser, but give them dropper bottles like this with the oils in it. You don't want to give them your full bottle like this, because you don't know what they're doing it, how they're treating it, what they touched with it, and you want it back. You don't want to give someone to loan this, but create little diffuser bombs for them for their diffusers. Let them have a week to 2 weeks, whatever you decide, with your loaner, and then go back in there, follow up with them, say, what did you think? Did you like it? Did you like the spicier scents? Put words on there that tell them what the product is, like never settle. Then you create a blend that they think never settle. Abundance, fresh, words that they will focus, things like that. Do that, connect with the business owner that way, and then always set them up for what is next. So you've connected with them, you've brought them this to their nail salon. I would love for you to come to this event I'm having at my house. It's just to unplug. Come and hang out with us. Kick your feet up. I'm going to bring out my shoulder massager, my red light therapy belt, anything that you have. You don't have to do that, but if you have them, and just unplug and be with people that get it. 9 times out of 10, she's going to enroll. Another woman that I invited this past Thursday, I did not ask, but she felt so loved and seen and supported when she was here with the mixture of the different people I had, that she asked me to meet with her in September as well to sign her up. She's another business owner. She is who I get my fresh fish and eggs from. And I said, you know what you need? You need to put oregano in the chicken's water. I have a whole post about that in my customer group. Let me send you that information, because I bet you any money that would help your chickens, aka it would help me. That was just like we were just talking about her chickens, what she does for a living. That conversation came up naturally, and now she wants to become a member. So connecting with people and being intentional is how you are going to fill these seats. If you just throw a blanket invite to everyone at church, everyone in your mom's group, everyone in your office, wherever it is, everyone in your neighborhood, I can almost promise you, you likely will leave discouraged after your event, because those people feel like they are just another number. If you are connected with them in the way that I just listed here, if you are connecting with them and they feel like they have a relationship with you, because let's face it, very few times do we walk into something, unless you're like Target, and you walk into somewhere and you're like, I'm just going to buy these things because they're on the shelf. Normally, you are supporting someone because you know someone. Like, you would love to go to Target because that cashier you absolutely love. My Shipt drivers, I have my preferred Shipt. I order from Shipt because I'm like, I'm going to order because Jennifer's going to bring me my groceries and I want to tip her before this hurricane gets here so she can have extra money. If they can connect with you, they're going to want to be here. They're going to want to be in person. And the last thing is lighten up. Do not put so much pressure on the people you invite and yourself to make some grand sale at this event. And the sales will come so much easier and with so much more peace and less hustle. And the people don't feel that pressure that they have to spend money because they were invited to your thing. They're more likely to spend money because they want to support you and they feel connected to you and they want to learn whatever it is that you're sharing because you are fun. You are lighthearted. Oh, it was so nice. I can't tell you the messages where people were commenting like, Melissa, thank you for just giving me time off. Like, I haven't had time off in so long. We need to bring that back. We are tired, guys. We are tired as a world, not just within this company. Like, people are tired and people are still so hungry to connect with people. They want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want to be loved, and they want to have joy and happiness. So you can do that with your events. Make it light, make it fun, use what you have, don't go in debt. If you do a fun DIY and you don't have a ton of stuff, one person gets a roller, one person can have a spray, one person can get a bath soak, and one person we're going to use an empty bottle and make you a custom blend. You don't have to do something crazy. People just want to be included and they just want to be invited. So if you guys have any questions, I know that was a lot, but if you have any questions, drop them below and I will be more than happy to answer any that you guys have. If you guys have thoughts that I did not bring up or I didn't mention that works well for you for getting people in your events and connecting with people, share that below too, because I love learning from all of you guys as well. So have a great day.